T 5583 SQQ, 4T 5582, see page 164. The Prologue of the Wives' Tale of Babe. Experience, though new nocturity were in this world, were right wine enough to me to speak of with that is in marriage, for, lordings, sith I 12th year was of age, 5 thanked be God that is eternal alive, housebonds at church door I have had 5, for I so oft have white wedded be, and Allah were worthy men in here degree. But me was told certain, nat lunge agon is, 10 that sith that Christ any went never but onies to wedding in the Cane of Galilee, that by the same ensample taught he me that I any should wedded be but once. Herc eke, lo! Which a sharp word for the knowns 15 beside a welly Jesus, God and man, spak in reprieve of the Samaritan, thou hast why had 5 housebonds, quod he, and thilk man, the which that hath now thee, is not thyn housebond, thus said he certain, 20 what that he meant thereby, I can not saying, 321, T 5603 to 5636. But that I ax, why that the 5th man was noon housebond to the Samaritan? How many might she have in mariage? Yet heard I never tell len in mynh 25 upon this nombre definition, men may divine and glossen up and down. But wel I would expraise, with it lie, God bade us for to wex and multiply, that Johnny text can I wel understand. 30 eke wel I would he said, myn housebond should leet fader and motor, and take me, but of no nombre mention made he, of bigamy or of octogamy, why should men speak of it villainy? Heading. So hn. Here beginneth the prologue of the tale of the wif of Babe, hl. Here beginneth the prologue of the wif of Babe. 5. Hn, pt lane thunked, thunked. 7. So restif, hl. For, I so oft might ha wedded be. 12. Om. That. Thought, rest taught he. 14. Herten, hl herken, rest herk, herk. Hlom low. 18. And that, rest in that ilk, read thilk. 29. Omwel. 31. Take, hl fullway, rest take to. 35. Lo, here the wise king, Dan Salomon, I trow he had wives mo than own, as of wolde God, it lieful were to me to be refreshed half so oft as he. Which gift of God had he for Allah his wives? 40. No man hath switch, that in this world alive is. God woot, this noble king, as to my wit, the first night had many a merry fit with eke of him, so wel was him on live. Blessed be God that I have wedded 5. 45. Welcome the 6th, one that ever he shall. For sooth, I will not keep me chast in one myn housebond is fro the world why gone, some Christian man shall weddy me anon, for thanth apostle seeth, that I am free 50 to weddy, a God's half, where it liketh me. He seeth that to be wedded is no sin, bet is to be wedded than to brin. What recketh me, thought folk say ye villainy of shrewd Lameth and his bigamy. 322, T 5637 to 5672. 55. I would wel Abraham was an holy man, and Iacobik, as furforth as I can, and eke of him had wives mo than 2, and many another holy man also. 1. Saw ye ever, in any manner age, 60 that high God defended marriage by expraise word? I pray you, telleth me, or where commanded he virginity? I would as wel as ye, it is no dreed, the postil, when he speaketh of maidenheed, 65 he said, that precept thereof had he noon. Men may conceal a woman to bin own, but concealing is no commandment, he putty it in our own judgment. For had God commanded maidenheed, 70 than had he dampened wedding with the deity, and certes, if there were no seed wiso, virginity, whereof then should it grow? Pool dorst nat commanden it lest a thing of which his maester yath noon hast. 75. The dart is set up for virginity, cache whoso may, who renneth best lat see. 37. So all but which has it were lewiful the intimy. 42. Myri, hn muri. 44. Hl blessed, rest blessed, blissed. 46. Chost. 49. Om that. 50 AHL where so it be, rest where it liketh me, correctly, for a god's half equals a god's half. 51 OM that. 52 HL bet, rest better. 54 HL of, rest his. 58 OM holy. 59 HL1 when, rest where, OM any. 64 want the apostle speaketh. 67 nat, rest no, non. 71 Serdian. 73 HL ins. Ni after pool. 75 of CP fro, HL on, rest for. But this word is nat take of every white, but there is God list give it of his might. I woot wel, that the postil was a maid, 80 but nadeless, thought that he wrote and said, he wolde that every white were switches he, lnis but consiled to virginity, and for to bin a waf, he hath me leave of indulgence, so it is no reprieve 85 to wedding me, if that my make die, with an exception of bigamy. Al were it good no woman for to touche, he meant as in his bed or in his couche, for peril is boda fyr in tot assemble, 90 ye know what this ensample may resemble. 323, t. 5673 to 5706. This is Alan Psalm, he healed virginity more parfit than wedding infrelity. Frailty cleep I, but if that he and she wolde leaden al here life in chastity. 77 HL taken. 78 CM lust, HL list. 79 OM that. 85 CM OM that. 89 CPPT lane HL to assemble. 91 ECM that, CPPT lane he healed, HL he holdeth. 92 ECM profiteth, rest parfit. 94 HL leaden, rest lead. 95 I grounded wel, I have noon envy, thought maiden he'd prefer bigamy, hem liketh to be clean, body and gust, of myns did I nil nat make no boost. For wel ye know, a lord in his household, 100 he hath nat every vessel al of gold, some bin of tree, and doon here lord survives. God clepeth folk to him and sundry wise, and everich hath of God a proper gift, some this, some that, as him liketh shift. 104 So all but HL lane which have to shift. Perhaps read right as him. 105 Virginity is great perfection, and continence eke with devotion. But Christ, that of perfection is welly, bad net every white he should go sell all that he had, and give it to the poor, 110 and in switchwise full way heim and his four. He spak to hem that wolde live parfitly, and lordings, by your leave, that am nat I will bestow the flower of al myn age in the acts and in fruit of marriage. 108 CM HLOM he. 109 110. Poor, 4, and 4 is glossed by steps. 113 EHLOML. 115 Tell me also, to what conclusion were members mad of generation, and for what profit was a white wrought? Trusteth right wel, they wer nat mad for naught. Glos whoso wole, and say ye boda up and down, that they were maked for purgation of urine, and our boda things smale were eke to know a family from a male, and for noon other cause, say ye no? The experience woot wel it is not so. 324, t. 5707 to 5741. 125 So that the clerks be nat with me roth, I say this, that they make bin for boda, this is to say, for office, and for essay of engenderer, though we nat God displease. Why should men els in here boke set, 130 that man shall yelda to his wif here debt? Now wherewith should he make his payment, if he any used his saily instrument? Then were they mad up on a creature, to purge urine, and eke for engenderer. 116 imad. 120 cm naked, rest mad, cl 126. 121 So cppt lane, vrine boda and things. 122 cm. And hl was, rest were. 126, this, ease. cm, Beth mate. 130, cm, a man. 133, than. 134, cm, eek. 135 But I say ye not that every wight is hold, that hath switch harneys as idea tolda, to goon, and use in hem and engender, then should men take of chastity no cure. Christ was a maid, and Chopin is a man, 140 and many a saint, sit that the world bygan, yet live they ever in parfit chastity. I nil envy no virginity, let him be breed of pured wheat seed, and let us wives hoten barley breed, 145 And yet with barley breed, Mark Telcan, our Lord Yesu refreshed many a man. In switch ested as God hath cleaped us I will persevere, I nam nat precious. In Wyfode I will use myn instrument 150 as freely as my maker hath it sent. If I be dongerous, God give me sore way. Myn housebond shall it have boda even more way, one that him list come forth and pay his debt. And housebond I will have, I nil nat let, 155 which shall be boda my debtor and my thrall, and have his tribulation withal up on his flesh, whyl that I am his wif. I have the power derringe all my life up on his proper body, and not he. 325, t. 5742 to 5776. 160 Right thus the apostle told it unto me, and bade our housebonds for to love us weel. Al this sentence me liketh every deal. 136 hn hlt yao cm of. 138 cm. They shall nat, rest than should men. 140 cm om that, perhaps read scient. 142 cm nil nat. 144 hoden, hncm ot, cppt laneit, hl eaton. 146 cm hlom yesu. 148 hn precious. Upstart the pardoner, and that anon, now dame, quod he, by God and by Saint Ian, 165 Ye been a noble preachour in this cass. I was about to weddy a wif, Allahs. What should I buy it on my flesh so dear? Yet had I lever weddy no wif to year. 163 hn sturt. Abide, quod she, my tale is nat begun. 170 Nay, thou shalt drinken of another ton ere that I go, shall savour wars than ale. And one that I have told thee forth my tale of tribulation in marriage, of which I am expert in lmynh, 175 This to saying, myself have been the whip, then mayst o cheese whether thou wilt sip of thilk ton that I shall abroach. Be war of it, thou to New York approach, for I shall tell in samples mo than 10. 180 Whoso that nil be war by other men, by him shall other men corrected be. The same words writeth Ptolemy, read in his Almagest, and take it there. 172 hnd rest om 173. cm, that is in, for in. 176 whether. 177 cm that, rest thilk. 180 hn nile, hlnyl, rest will nat. 182 lane thalom, pt talom, hl prothalom, hn cm cp prothalom. 183 cm, read it in. Dame, I will thee pray yow, if your will it were. 185 Said this pardoner, as ye bygan, tell forth your tale, spareth for no man, and teche us young men of your practike. 184 cm om yow. Gladly, quod she, sith it may yow like. But yet I pray to all this company, 190 If that I speak after my fantasy, as taketh not a grief of that I say, for myn entente nas but for to play. 188 sires, cm sire, rest quod she. 191 cm om of. 192 hn nis cm is, rest is not. Now sires, now will I tell forth my tale to, as ever mote I drink in win or ale. 326, t 5777 to 5811. 195 I shall say a sooth, though housebonds that I had, as 3 of hem were good and 2 were bad. The three men were Gode, and Riche, and Old, unnethe might they the statted hold in which that they were bounden unto me. 200 G woot wel what I mean of this, pardie. As help me God, I laugh when I think how patoosely a night I made hem swink, and by my fay, I told of it no stewer. They had me yevon here gold and here tresor, 205 me ned nat do langer diligence to win here love, or doon hem reverence. They loved me so wel, by God above, that I any tolda no dainty of here love. A wis woman will set here ever in oon 210 to get here love, there as she hath noon. But sith I had hem wholly in min hand, and sith they had me yevon all here London, what should I take in hada hem for to please, but it were for my profit in minsa? 215 I set hem so a werka, by my fay, that many a night they sun gen while away. The bacoun was nat fet for hem, I trow, that some men han in Essex at Dunmow. I governed hem so wel, after my law, 220 that eke of hem full blissful was and fought to bringe me gay things fro the fair. They were full glad when I spak to hem fair, for God it woot, I chid hem spitiously. 193, ehn cm sire. 195, of though, hlcm of, hn cppt though, lane the. 197, cppt lane men, rest om 210. HN cppt lane either, but red lavi 215. EHN a work, rest a worka. 220 E was full blissful, cm was blissful and full. Now Herkneth, how I bar me properly, 225 ye wise wives, that can understand. 224, bar. Thus shall ye speak and bear hem wrong on hand, for half so boldly can the no man swear in lion as a woman can. I say not this by wives that ben wise, 327, t 5812 to 5845. 230 but if it be one they hem misavise. A wiswif, if that she can hear good, shall burn him on hand the cowas wood, and take witness of heroine made of here assent, but Herkneth how I said. 226, burren, owen wrong. 228, Mrs. Lie, red lion. HN lane a woman can, pt woman can, rest can a woman. 231, ehn cm. A wis, hl. Independent Wisconsin a, rest wise. Read wise. 232, hl burren, rest bear. Cm, ku. Pt lane cowie. 235 Sir Old Canard, is this thyn array? Why is my neighbour's wif so gay? She is honoured over all the she goth, I sit at home, I have no thrifty cloth. What dosto at my neighbour's house? 240 is she so fair? Arto so amorous? What round ye with our maid? Benedicite. Sir Old Lekar, let thy iops be. And if I have a gossip or a friend, withouten guilt, thou chidest as a fiend, 245 if that I walk or play unto his house. Thou comest home as drunken as a mouse, and preachest on thy bench, with evil prief. Thou seest to me, it is a Greek mischief to weddy a povra woman, for costage, 250 and if that she be riche, of hay parage, then seesto that it is a torment right to suffer here pride and here melancholy. And if that she be fair, thou very knave, thou say'st that every holler will here have, 255 she may know while in chastity abide, that is a sail up on Ecaside. 242, pthl lecor. 250, cm om that. cm hln of, rest of. 251, cm hlom that. 252, sovereign. Thou say'st, some folk desire us for Rick Hesse, some for our shap, and some for our fairness, and some, for she can out her singe or daunce, 260 and some, for gentilesse and dalliance, some, for here hands and here arms smale, thus goth thou to the devil by thy tail. Thou say'st, men may not keep a castle wall, 328, t 5846 to 5880. It may so lunge a sailed ben over all. 257, cm that some.
EEHN CM Desirun. 258 ECM OM and 259 ECM HLOM outer. ECM HL and 4 or 260 and ECM and Psalm 4 HL or 265 And if that she be foul, thou seest that she coveteth every man that she may see, for as a spanel she will on him leppy, till that she find some man here to cheap, nanoon so grey goose gother in the lake, 270 is seesto, that will bin with it make. And sayst, it is an hard thing for to well a thing that no man will, his thanks, held. Thus seesto, laurel, one tho goes to bed, and that no was man ne death for to weddy, 275 ne no man that intendeth unto heaving. With wild thonderdint and fiery levine mote thy welcome neck be to broke. 269 HN CPPT lane there, rest OM 270. CPPT lane that, rest OM 271, 272. HN HL Wolde, hold. 277 EHN PT lane welked, CM a wicked, CPHL wicked. Those sayst that dropping houses, and eke smoke, and chiding wives, making men to flee 280 out of heroine house, eh? Benedicity. What ileth switch an old man for to chide? 280 EHN CP houses. Thou sayst, we wives will our vices hide till we be fast, and then we will hemsha, wel may that be a proverb of a shrew. 282 ECM that we. 285 Thou seest, that oxen, asses, or, and hounds, they been assated to verse stowns, backends, lavers, that men hem by, spones and stoles, and else which housebandry, and so bin pots, clothes, and array, 290 But folk of wives make in noonessay till they be wedded, old dotard shrew. And then, seesto, we will our vices shew. 286 Essayed, pity lane essayed, rest essayed. 292 HN HL supply end. Thou seest also, that it displeaseth me but if that thou wilt praise my bodie, 295 And but thou pour alway up on my face, and cleat me fair dame in every place, and but thou make a fest on thilk day that I was born, and make me fresh and gay, 329, Tia 5881 to 5913. And but thou do to my Norris honor, 300 And to my chamberer within my bore, and to my Fadras folk and his allies, thus seesto, old barrel full of lies. 295 HL poor, rest poor. 300 CM chamberer, HL chamberer, EHN chambrier. And yet of our apprentice Iankin, for his crisp here, shining as gold so foon, 305 And for he squireth me boda up and down, yet hasto caught a foul suspicion, I will hym not, thought thou were deed to Morway. 303 Iankin, rest Iankin. But tell me this, why hidest thou, with Sorway, the keys of thy chest fro me? 310 It is my good as wel as thyn, pardee. What wouldest thou make an idiot of our dame? Now by that lord, that called as Saint I'm, thou shalt not boda, thought that thou were would, be master of my body and of my good. 315 That when thou shalt forego, maugre thine yen, what nadeth thee of me to inquire or spyen? I trow, thou wouldest loke me in thy chist. Thou shouldest say, wif, go where thee least, tack your disport, I will not leave no talus. 320 I know yow for a true wif, Dame Alice. We love no man that taketh keep or charge where that we goon, we will ben at our large. 308 ECM HLOM this. 309 Thy ECM am I. 311 ECM to make rest OM2. 313 HN lane that, rest OM 315. HL yen E ion. 316 E in a death thee, rest helpeth it. HN CP lane OM2. HL Tankerin, red TN queer. 319 all but CP lane OM not, nat. 320 E PT Alice, lane Elish. Of alle men why blessed moot he be, the wise astrologian Dan Talum, 325 that seeth this proverb in his Almagest, of alle men his wisdom is the highest,
that recketh never who hath the world in hand. By this proverb thou shalt understand, have thou wynog, what there thee recche or care 330 how merrily that other folks fare? For certain, old dotard, by your leave, 330, t 5914 to 5949. Ye shall have quaint right wine enough at eve. He is to greet a niggard that will warn a man to light his candle at his lantern. 335 he shall have nevertheless a light, pardie, have thou wine enough, either nat plain thee. 323, HN blessed, rest blessed. 324, Mrs. Dawn. Prothalome, HL prothalome. 326, CM Mins. The before highest, read th highesty. 328, CPPT lane shall WEL. 330, merrily. 333, CM wolde. Thou sayest also, that if we make us gay with clothing and with precious array, that it is peril of our chastity. 340 and yet, with sore way, thou most enforce thee, and say ye thy's wards in the apostle's name, and habit, mad with chastity and shame, ye woman shall apparel you, quod he, and not interest here in gapery. 345 as pearls, knee with gold, and clothes riche, after thy text, knee after thy rubrish I will not worch as muchel as a gnat. Thou saidest this, that I was like a cat, for whoso woldeth send a cat's skin. 350 then wolde the cat wel dwellen in his inn, and if the cat's skin be slick and gay, she will not dwell in house half a day, but forth she wole, any day be dod, to show her skin, and gune cat or wud. 355 this is to say if I be gay, sir shrew, I will red out, my borel for to show. 348, HL thus, CPP lane ALS, rest this. 350, all his. Sire old fool, what aileth thee to spyin? Thought thou pray Argus, with his 100 yen, to be my ward course, as he can best, 360 inches fight, he shall not keep me but me lest, yet could I make his bird, so mood I thee. 358, HL yen, iron. 359, HN, CPPT lane HL core. 360, OM second me. Thou saidest eke, that there ben things three, the wish things trouble in all this earth, and that no white ninny may endure the firth. 365 O leave sir shrew, yes a show root thy life. Yet prechesto, and sayst, and hateful wyfy reckoned is for own of thy's mischances. 331, T of 5950 to 5982. Bin the none other manner resemblances that ye may lickney your parables to. 370 but if a saily wyf be oon of though? 364, all but PT lane omni 366. And, foreign. 368, CPPT lane manner, CM of these, HL of thy, EOM. Thou likenest woman's love to Helle, to bearing London, the water may not dwell. Thou likenest it also to wild fyr, the more it brenneth, the more it hath desert. 375 to consume everything that brent will be. Thou sayst, that right as worms shend a tree, right so a waf destroyeth your housebond, this know they that bin to wives bond. 371, CP lane HL likenest, CM likenest, EHN, PT likenest. Womens. 375, EHN, consumen. 376, CPPT that, rest OMHN CPPT shende, EP shendeth. Lordings, write thus, as ye have understand. 380 bar I stifle mine old housebonds on hand, that thus they saiden in here drunkness, and L was fouls, but that I took witness on Ianican and on my niece also. O Lord, the pain I died ham on the 385 full guiltilies, by God's sweet pine. For as in or I could bite in wine. I could plain, thought I were in the guilt, or else oftentime had I been spilt. Whoso that first to mill comth, first grint, 390 I plained first, so was our ware wystant. They were full glad to excuse in hem full blithe of thing of which they never a guilt here live. 383, HL pawn. 385, EHN guiltlies. 389, so HN CPPT lane, E. Whoso conth first to mill, HL.
whoso first cometh to the mill. 391 cm om second full.
Of winches wolde I burren him on hand, one that for slik unneeds mighty stand.
395 Yet tickled at his hurt, for that he wendy that I had of him so great shire tea.
I swore that all my walking out by night was for tesby wenches that he dight, under that colour had I many a mirtha.
400 for all switch wit is yevanus in our bertha, 332 t 5983 to 6019.
Deceit, weeping, spinning God hath yive to woman kinley, whyl they may live.
And thus of othing I avaunt me, at Indy I had the betray and ecdegree, for 05 by sleight, or force, or by some manner thing, as by continual murmur or grutching, namely a bed hadn't they mesjance, the wolde I chide and do hem no plaisance, I wolde no langer in the bed abide, for teneth that I felt his arm over my side, till he had mad his ronson unto me, then wolde I suffer him do his nicety.
And therefore every man this tale I tell, win whoso may, for all is for to sell.
For 15 with empty hand men may none howkas lure, for winning wolde I all is lust endure, and make me a feinet appetite, and yet in bacon had I never delit, that made me that ever I wolde hem chide. For 20 for thought the Pope had set in hem beside, I wolde net spare hem at heroine board. For by my troth, I quit him word for word. As help me very God omnipotent, thought I right now should make my testament, for 25 I any owe hem nat a word that it nis quit. I brought it so about by my wit, that they most give it up, as for the best, or else had we never been in rest. For thought he loked as a wood leown, for 30 yet should he file of his conclusion. 393 ehym, rest hem, but see 394. 395 it, rest I 400. Thing was, rest wit is. 401 eu. 402, all but hl ins. That before they. 406 continuil. For 28 rest. Then wolde I say, God leave, tag keep how meekly loketh wilkin our sheep, come near, my spouse, let me be a thy cheek. Ye should benel patient and meek, 435 and hana sweet spiced conscience, sith ye so preach of Iob's patience. Suffereth alwe, sin ye so wel can preach 333 t 6020 to 6056. And but ye do, certain we shall yout teche that it is fair to have a wif in peas. For 40 unibus two most bowen, do delise, and sith a man is more reasonable than woman is, ye most been sufferable. What ileth yout a grush thus and groan? Is it for ye wolde have my quaint all one? For 45 why talk it el, lo, have it every deal, Peter. I shrew yow but ye love it weel. For if I wolde sell my belle chose, I could walk as fresh as a rose, but I will keep it for your oween tooth. For 50 ye be to blame, by God, I say yow sooth. For 31 cppthl ins. Now before good. For 45 ptwi. Switch manor wards had we on hand. Now will I speaken of my for the housebond. My for the housebond was a revelar, this is to saying, he had a paramour, for 55 and I was young and full of rage rye, stibborn and strong, and ioli as a pie. Wel could I dance to an harp's mail, and singe, why wis, as any nightingale, one I had drunk a draught of sweet win. For 60 Metellius, the foole churl, the swyn, that with a staff bereft his wif here life, for she drank win, thought I had been his wif, he should nathan daunted me fro drink, and, after win, on Venus most I think, for 65 for al so sicorous cold engendreth hail, a liquorous mouth most han a liquorous tail. In woman vinolent is no defense, this known like ours by experience. For 56, cm cp lane stiborn, pthl stibborn, ehn stibborn. For 64, cm must, lane must. 467, hl woman. But, Lord Christ. One that it remembereth me 470 up on my yaltha, and on my ilit, it tickleth me a but myn hurt wrote. Unto this day it doth myn hurt both that I have had my world as in my time. But age, Allah's. That al will envenim, 334, t 6057 to 6093. For 75 hath me beraft my boaty and my pith, let go, fair wel, the devil go therewith. The flower is goon, there is na more to tell, the bren, as I best can, now most I sell, but yet to be right merry will I fond. For 80 now will I tell len of my for the house bond. For 79, Myri, hn Muri. I say I had in hurt greet to spit that he of any other had delit. But he was quit, by God and by Saint Ias. I made him of the same woda croci, for 85 nat of my body and no foul manere, but certainly, I made folks would share, that in his oween grease I made him fry for anger, and for very I alisai. By God, in earth I was his purgatory, for 90 for which I hope his soul be in glory. For God at woot, he sat full often sawn one that his shoe full bitterly him wrong. There was no wight, save God, and he, that wist, in many wise, how sore I entweest. For 95 he dade when I come fro Jerusalem, and lithe white grave under the road beam, Alice is tum not so curious as was the sepulchre of him, Darius, which that appels wrought subtly, 500 at nis but was to bury him preciously. Let him fair wel, God yev his soul rest, he is now in the grave and in his chest. For 86, Serdian. For 97, hn Curious. Now of my fifth housebond will I tell. God lead his soul never come in helle. 505 and yet was he to me the most shrew, that feel I on my ribs all by row, and ever shall, unto myn ending day. But in our bed he was so fresh and gay, and therewithal so wel coude he me glose, 510 one that he wold on my belly chose, that thought he had me bed on every boon, 335, t is 6094 to 6129. He coude win again my love anoon. I trow I loved him best, for that he was of his love dongerous to me. 515 we woman han, if that I shall not lie, in this matter a quaint fantasy, wait what thing we may not lightly have, thereafter will we cry all day and crave. For beat us thing, and that desirin we, 520 pries on us fast, and than will we flee. With dongerod we all our schaffer, greet pries ad market mocketh dear where, and to greet cheap is holded lightel pris, this knoweth every woman that is wis. 508, full, rest so. 511, cphl boon, rest bon. 513, cmhl best, ehn best, cppt the bet, lane bet. 520, ehn pries, cm presa. 521, ehn cm wood, cp lane hl outen, pt outer. 525 my fifth housebond, God his soul bless. Which that I took for love and no Rick Hesse, he sometime was a clerk of Oxenford, and had left school, and went at home to board with my gossip, dwelling in our tune, 530 God have her soul. Her name was Alisound. She knew myn heard and eke my privity bet than our parish priest, so mood I thee. To hear by right I my concile al. For had myn housebond pissed on a wall, 535 or doon a thing that should han cost his life, to hear, and to another worthy wif, and to my niece, which that I loved weel, I wolde han told his concile every deal. And so I died full often, God at woot, 540 that made his face full often read and hoot for very shame, and blamed himself for he had told to me so great a privity. 528, had, hum. 532, ehn, as, rest so. 534, ehn, cm, cp had. And so biful that ones, in a lente, so oftentimes I to my gossip went, 545 forever yet I levied to be gay, and for to walk, in March, Avril, and May, fro house to house, to hear sundry talus, 336, t is 6130 to 6164. That Ian kin clerk, and my gossip dame Alice, and I myself, into the felds went. 550 myn housebond was at London al that lente, I had the betre leisure for to play, and for to see, and eke for to be say of lusty folk, what wist I where my grace was shoppen for to be, or in what place?
555 Therefore I made my visitations, to vigilies and to processions, to preaching eke and to thy pilgrimages, to plays of miracles and mariages, and word upon my gay scarlet jites. 560 Thy's worms, ni thy's muths, ni thy's mites, upon my peril, freed him never a deal, and wosto why? For they were used wheel. 545 HNCM Luid, EHL Lude. 550 the rest that. 558 EHN and to CM CPPT lane and of HLOM2 or of. 561 EHN CM CP peril, correctly, pity peril, lane HL pearl. Now will I tell Len forth what happed me. I saith, that in the field a walked we, 565 till truly we had switched aliens, this clerk and I, that of my purveyance I spak to him, and said him, how that he, if I were widwy, should weddy me. For certainly, I say for no bobbins, 570 yet was I never withouten purveyance of mariage, nof other things eke. I hold a mouse's hurt nat worth a leak, that hath but one hole for to stir to, and if that file, then is ly do. 571 EHN nof, CM, and more, rest any of. 572 hurt, CPPT lane wit. 575 I bar him on hand, he had enchanted me, my dame taught me that subtilty. And eke I said, I meta of him all night, he wolde han slain me as I lay upright, and all my bed was full of very blood, 580 but yet I hope that he shall do me good, for blood bidokneth gold, as me was taught. And all was fouls, I dray met of it right not, 337, T 6165 to 6199. But as I fold thy my dame's lore, as wel of this as of other things more. 575 to 584, all but ECM will omit these lines, DD has them. 583, ECM OMS, but it occurs in Mrs. Cam. DD 4. 24, 2. I 36, and C. 585 But now sir, let me see, what I shall say'n? A. Ha! By God, I have my tale a Jean. One that my for the housebond was on bear, I weep allgate, and made sorry share, as wives moten, for it is usage, 590 and with my coverchief covered my visage, but for that I was pervade of a make, I weep but small, and that I undertake. 592, wept, but see 588. To church was myn housebond born amorway with nabobors, that for him maiden soreway, 595 and kin our clerk was un of though. As help me God, one that I saw him go after the bear, methought he had a pair of legs and of feet so clean and fair, that myn heard if unto his hold. 600 he was, I trow, a 20 winter old, and I was 40, if I shall say as sooth, but yet I had alway a colt's tooth. Gattoft I was, and that bike me wheel, I had the prent of St. Venus seal. 605 as help me God, I was a lusty oun, and fair and riche, and yon, and wel begun, and truly, as mine housebonds told me, I had the best quonium might be. For certes, I am Venerian 610 inches feeling, and myn heard is Martian. Venus me yath my lust, my licorousness, and Mars yath me my sturdy hardiness. Myn ascendant was Tor, and Mars therein. Allahs. Allahs. That ever love was sin. 615 I fold thy myn inclination by virtue of my constellation, that made me I could not withdraw, 338, T is 6200 to 6225. My chamber of Venus from a good felaw. Yet have I Martes mark up on my face, 620 and also in another privy place. 4. God so wis be my salvation, I any love never by no discretion, but ever fall weed myn appetite, al were he short or long, or black or whyt, 625 I took no keep, so that he liked me, how poor he was, neek of what degree. 595, or Ianican, c. 383, Mrs. Iankin. 603, Lane Gatetoad. 605 to 612, HL omits. 608, had. EHN, quonium, CM, PT lane quonium, CP quaint.
609 to 612, HN, CPPT lane omit. 619 to 626, HN, CPPT lane HL omit. 623, CM fall weed, E fold. 626, CM pour, E pour.